Alright, I'm going to show you how my current desktop is set up and why it is like that and all that. But you can see here we got the cube just for no particular reason, because why not? That is set up. We can also do G, which will allow me to move things from one place to another. Obviously, I only have OBS open on that monitor right now. There's some stuff on my second monitor, but you can't really see it. And if I go ahead and open this up, you can see my Firefox is a bit customized. You only see these bars on top. We head to a website. You can see the bar disappears, and we can just go ahead and do Control L to bring it back. And if we head back here, you can see the favorites are there. And this pops up and down. So we can get rid of that. And the upper bar is gone from Windows, so like you can see there's no X on the windows anymore, but I'm still able to close them, open them, and we can also run KRunner like this. Head over to our settings quickly. And I also have a theme. So first off, themes, you can download themes here or get them manually. You just go and grab them from the themes. I'm using Suite right now. You can use whatever you want. We will head over, before we head to keyboard settings, you want to head to window management. I have my window activation policy slightly changed to focus mouse, or focus follows mouse precedence, and 100 millisecond delay. You can use whatever you want for this, but this is what I prefer for the mouse focus. So basically the mouse will automatically focus whatever it is hovering underneath it. You can see as I move the mouse around to the other screen, it automatically focuses those windows. And then we come down to our window rules. So I have the title bars removed automatically from all windows. We can edit this. You just go ahead and if you were making a new one, you would click add new. But I do not need a new one, so we'll go ahead into this one. And I just have it set to no title because this removes the title bar. And how you get this to work is you set window class to unimportant. Just have all window types selected. Match window class to no. And then down here you can add a property, which you would want it to be title bar and frame. Or no title bar and frame like that. It probably isn't showing up just because no title bar. Yeah, because I already have it selected. So no title bar and frame. And then you can just set it to apply initially and click yes. And then it will remove the title bar from all of your windows, so you don't have that extra space and you don't have the frame. It's unnecessary. And then over here, to get the tiling working as I have it, you can go to Krohnkite, or it's Kwin Scripts in your settings here, and then you go to get new, and you can see here that Krohnkite is right here. You just click install like that. On the top right, I already have it, so it says uninstall instead, so that's just how it is. Then to customize everything, you go over to your keyboard shortcuts. I have a custom keybind for Firefox. You can click add new application to add custom keybinds. So you'd go to internet, select Firefox, click OK, and it would bring this up and it would have a couple options to add keybinds. So I just bound meta B to launch Firefox. So like I can do this, and then you can see it has no title bar. It just has the search when we're here and the favorites. And then if we actually head to a page like I was doing before, it removes the title bar and all that. So we're good there. Then we can come down to KRunner. It's meta R to open KRunner, which is this up here. So I can launch any setting, any thing that I want from there, like Steam. And then after that, I've got console set to meta T. So we can just open the console whenever you would like. You can bind any other programs in here to be opened as you would like I've got meta S for capture rectangular region for spectacle. Meta escape is the default for system monitor. I've not changed that. I've unbound a lot of things that I'm not going to be using, so it's just how it goes. We will head down to window management. This is where Krohnkite lives with all of its custom keys. You can see it's added Krohnkite here to a bunch of stuff. Like you can see meta Q is how I close my windows. So like if I open something, I can close it like that. Meta shift Q, if we go ahead and do this, will force kill a window instead of asking it to close. And then go a little down, like meta I will increase. We've got meta J further down here. This will rotate things. So like if I had this here and then we press meta J, we can change the orientation that the screen is changed in, or facing for the windows, whether it's vertical or horizontal. Then we have float. So if I have multiple windows up like this, and we go ahead and float one, you can see now it is like this. Also, I can move windows around by holding meta and left click, and we can resize them by meta right click, just like that. But you can see we're just moving this around. So, and then I can set it back by meta F again, which is the Windows key or whatever you would want to call it, but meta key. And then meta shift F, and that will float everything, so you can just move everything wherever you would like. Or you can just do it again to put it back. Meta shift F. Okay. Meta page up maximizes. Meta page down minimizes. Meta D will let you peek at the desktop like this. Not that I'm going to use that a whole lot because there's not a whole reason for me to go to the desktop. For moving things from one desktop to another like this, just meta G. That allows you to do it with the mouse, but you can obviously set up keybinds to do this as well. I'm not necessarily doing that because I usually set things to one spot in my desktop when I boot it up, and then I don't really need to move them around, so it's not something I have automated with keybinds. There's a few other things in here, like I have the meta key set to meta and a number to swap desktop like this. So that I can quickly swap from one desktop to another. Here you can see we've got the cube turned on. I just have to bind the key, toggle cube, and there's the cube. Toggle overview, it's just this one. Also something you can do. But some of this stuff is just base KDE stuff, and you don't need Krohnkite for it. But for this specific auto tiling, that's what this is for. You can look through the rest of the keys and figure out how you want them bound and whether there's settings that you want to use, because there's a lot of stuff that I do not personally have bound because I'm either not using them or basically I'm not using them, not making use of them. Like I have everything in the media controller turned off because I've got a 60% keyboard. I don't care to have anything in there active. It really doesn't matter. Oh yeah, and meta E opens up Dolphin, which I think is a default behavior for KDE actually. But now that we're done with that, my Firefox specifically, you can see how the top bar fades away, and I have the stuff on the side here, so you can turn on vertical tabs and then just shrink that down. If you want your Firefox to look like this and behave like I was showing earlier, where like you go to another tab, the bar disappears, and then you can Control L to open up the URL if you need. You can go ahead and head to your home folder. So we are in the home folder right now, /home, and then your user. And you'll need to see hidden files. You can press Control H to see hidden files if you don't already have it turned on. We'll go to Mozilla, Firefox, And then here's where you want to go. The default release, it'll have a bunch of letters or numbers for the code. And then you go to, you have to make this folder. You have to make a folder called Chrome. And then you have to make a new file called user chrome.css. And then you just put this in here. So the top will make the box really small, and then when you hover near the top, it makes it larger. And this effectively hides it when you're not using it. And finally, the last part here. I'm not sure if I went over this, but I'll do it again if I did. So I'm going to have to copy and paste this part into the comments, or not the comments, the description or whatever. So you can copy and paste that into this folder. Then that is how you get KDE to be like a window manager and set up the hotkeys for it and get Firefox to be more sleek and take up less space with its setup. Thanks for watching, and hopefully this helps you with your setup. Have a nice rest of your day, and I shall see you later.